In the previous video, I was talking about the flow control, and in which I have already covered two topics. One is simple if statement, and second one is using if-else statement. And we have already seen that few examples to how to use the if statement in Python code and how to use the if-else statement in the Python application. So today I'll move on to the next flow control statement, that is if-elif-else statement. So first of all, I'll show you that what is the syntax, and after that we'll use it in the application. So useful for if-else kind of the condition execution when we have more than two related conditional statements. More than two related conditional statements means, suppose you have number of conditions, but you want that if any one of them gets true, then your code should be execute. So one condition is related to the another condition, means if first condition gets true, then rest of the condition will not execute. So if you have more than one condition and if any one of them gets true and you want that a statement should be execute, so you can write if else statement. So here is the syntax. First we write if and then expression one, and if this expression gets true, then rest of the part will not execute. So execute when the boolean expression one is true. And if suppose your first expression gets false, so in that case it will move to the elif expression. So now elif expression will execute, and if this expression gets true, then execute um, the statement that is under the control of this elif block. So further, if you have more than one elif, then it will move accordingly. So this is the block diagram of if elif else statement in Python. First of all, when if condition will execute, so if that condition gets true, then body of if will execute, and your program will go to execute normally. And then suppose your if condition gets false, so in that case your elif will execute, and elif can also be true or false. So on the basis of that expression, if that expression gets true, then body of elif will execute, and you will move further to execute rest of the statements. And if elif gets false, then again if you have another elif, then it will go to check elif condition, and if that condition gets true, then body of elif will execute. Otherwise, if gets false, then body of else will execute. So this is the whole program structure that will be followed by if elif else statement. So let's do practice with a few examples. First one is write a program to check whether a number is positive, negative, or zero. So we have to check if the number is positive, then we'll print according the message, and if the number is negative, then we'll print the number is negative, and if the number is zero, then we'll print number is zero as output. So let's open the Eclipse. So here is the number that I'll take the input from the user, and I'll write the condition if n is less than 0. If the number that is provided by the user is less than 0, it means that number is negative. So I'll print the number is negative. And suppose this condition gets false. So it means the number could be your 0 or positive. So I'll write another condition, that is elif n is, if it is not less than 0, so it could be greater than 0, another condition. So if n is greater than 0, then print number is positive. Okay, and if this condition gets false, so since this condition gets false, it means number could be 0 or positive. So I'm checking if the number is greater than 0, means I'm checking the number positive. And if this condition get false, it means the number is neither negative neither positive, means that number is 0. So else will automatically true. So I'll print that is number is 0. So this is the program. Let's execute it. Enter the number. So I'm input the number as 10. So the number is positive. You can see here. Run one more time this program, then you will understand. Minus 10. So minus 10 means this first statement gets true. So output should be the number is negative. Let's see. So the number is negative. As you can see, there are a number of statements I have written over here, but only one statement gets true according to your condition. Another one, if I input the number is 0, then you can see here number is 0. So if any one of them gets execute, then rest of the related expression will not execute. So if you have this kind of coding in which you have many number of condition that can be true, but you want that only one statement execute at a time, so you can write if else ladder form. Let's do one more practice. Print the day according to the user input for the day count. There is a hint. If user input is 1, then it should print Sunday. If user input is 2, then it should print Monday. And for 3, Tuesday. For 4, Wednesday. 5, Thursday. 6, Friday. And 7, Saturday. So user can provide these number of inputs. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I need to print only one, that is either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Okay, so I have these number of condition, and I want to execute only one of them. So I will write if-else statement. So here I'll ask the user, enter day number. Okay, enter the day's number, and if n is equal to 1, so I'll print Sunday. Else if n is not equal to 1, so it could be n is equal to, so I'll print Monday. And I'll copy and paste. N is equal 3, then it will be Tuesday. N is equal 4, then Wednesday. N is equal 5, then it is Thursday. And if n is 6, then it is Friday. Another condition could be your if n is equal 7, then it is Saturday. Okay. Now I'm asking to the user that enter the day's number, but user can input any number, means apart from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it can input -1, -2, or 8, 9, 10. So in that case, if user provide any wrong input, then I'll execute else part and print wrong day number. Okay. So let's execute this one. So enter the day's number. So I'll input 1. So here is only one statement is executing, that is Sunday. One more time, execute. Enter the day number, that is 3. So 3 means that is Tuesday. And if I provide any number that is not the part of the day count, for example, that is 8, so wrong day number. Okay, so this is very helpful if you have multiple condition and if you want to execute only one in all the condition. So this is the else if ladder form. Okay, and one more thing that you need to remember, that is there is no switch case in Python. Okay, so if you have that kind of practice in the previous languages, then just do the practice only with if else if. Okay, so there is no switch case. Nested if in Python, let's see. There may be a situation when you want to check for another condition after a condition gets true. One condition is gets true, and you want that if this condition gets true, then for the next condition should be checked. In such situation, you can use the nested if construction. Means if within if. It is perfectly all right if we write an entire if-else construct within either the body of if statement or the body of an else statement. So look at the syntax. First if, and we write the expression 1. If this expression gets true, so we want to check another expression. So if expression 2. So this expression is purely dependent on expression 1. If this expression 1 is gets false, then your expression 2 will not execute, not checked anytime. And yes, we can have the else part of this if block. One more thing that you have to remember, that Python follow the indentation. So indentation is for every block. Okay, so this if statement, the first one that you can see the expression 1, so you will write all the statement that is under the control of this if block should be indented accordingly. And if you want that the statement should be under the control of this nested if, then it should be intended under this if statement. Okay, and this else is the part of this if, and this else that you can see here is the part of this if expression. This is the outer if else block. So let's see with the practice with the program. Write a program to check that the input natural number is even or odd. So as you can see, the program statement says you need to check that the number is even or odd, but that number should be natural. Okay. So here I'll ask the user that input enter a number, and to check whether the number is even or odd, first of all, we need to check that the number is natural or not. So if the number is natural, that number must be greater than 0. Then if this condition gets true, that the number is natural number, then we'll find that n mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so if mod 2 is equal to 0, it means the number is divisible by 2 and we are getting remainder as 0, means the number is even number. And if this condition gets false, it means the natural number that you have provided to the program is odd number. Print odd number. And suppose if the number is not greater than 0, it means you are not providing any natural number. So here, write the statement, enter the natural number. And here, else part, print, right, entered number is not a natural number. So let's execute this one. Click on it. So enter the natural number, that is 12. So it is even number, fine. Enter the number, that is 9, odd number. And if I provide any number that is, for example, 0, so enter number is not a natural number. And if I provide any number that is minus 10, so enter number is not a natural number. So just look at here. If this condition gets true, after that it will check that the particular number is even or odd. And as you can see, this if is under the control of this if statement. So this is the indentation part of this if block, and this print statement is under the control of this if statement. So that's why this is intended under the control of if block, this if block. Okay, so you need to follow, because Python is very rigid about it, because if you don't follow the indentation, you will get the error. So this is called the nested if. So we have seen all the four control statements, that is simple if, and if else the ladder form, and the nested if. So I hope you have learned something. If you have learn and enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel and share the video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of latest videos. Thank you. Bye bye.